So over the years, Jayson Tatum has added in a new tool to his bag every season, and after a more than remarkable 2022-23 season where he dropped in 30 points per game, you can obviously see that Tatum is creeping up to be one of the top 5 players in the league right now. When you have a player that has the skills and abilities that Tatum has, you really have to appreciate how special he is with all the value he brings to the Celtics. And going into the season, there are many keys that will make Jayson Tatum unguardable, but the major one we're covering today is how special he can score at the rim in a variety of ways. Say what you want about him, but Tatum is a special player who can pretty much do everything on the floor, and if you ask me, the only thing that's stopping him is simply himself. With many different ways he can affect the game, it doesn't matter whether he's carrying this team on the offensive end or if he's out there contributing defensively. Tatum is someone the defense has a tough time with night in and night out. Standing at 6'8", 6'9", with such a broad frame of 210 pounds, it allows him to just move defenders out of position or just off him completely, making it easier for him to go score inside. Being completely fearless, Tatum takes it at Embiid head on, and by initiating the contact first, he's able to move Embiid off his spot to then go back to that left hand, laying it up over the contest. Right there, you can obviously tell that the weight room during the offseason always helps Tatum when it comes season time, so when he attacks the bigs down low, he has no problem laying it in despite the contact. It won't always be so apparent like it is with those shoulder bumps, but when Tatum attacks the empty space to then be crowded by 2 Houston defenders, he's able to keep the ball tightly close to his body, and regardless of the contact, he's able to get it up with his left hand to play the glass for the tough bucket. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but a large bulk of Tatum's shots come from scoring in close, as he converted 70% of his 570 field goal attempts. When you analyze the way Tatum crafts his way to the rim, you'll notice the precise footwork on these drives, the sharp cuts right through the defense, and the creative slashing ability, as Tatum just digs his way into the paint no matter who or what stands in front of him. The Celtics are a team that is constantly in a flow state, keeping the ball moving from side to side, so when you pair that with the great off-ball movement from players, it can allow for tons of cuts right through the defense, resulting in easy buckets. When we bring Jayson Tatum up, well, he's one of those guys that can find the perfect angle to slice through and can score fairly well off these cuts to the rim. On his 75 attempts off cuts last season, Tatum laid in 54 of these for an 83% conversion rate, really making the most of his chances. Since defenses know JT is a high threat of scoring the ball, you'll see defenders tend to overplay Tatum or bite on the fake, so this is where he can fool you and dart to the rim to go grab an easy 2 points. You'll see here versus Embiid, Tatum sizes him up with the double through the legs into a cross step back, and right on the up fake, you see Joel bite hard, so now all Tatum has to do is zip it to the corner, cut right in front of Embiid, and slam it through with ease. If defenses just took some time to read the scouting report, they would know that Tatum only shoots 31% on all pull-up and step-back threes, so is sending 2 defenders in the air to contest really a good idea? Well, if you ask me, the answer would be no, just send 1. But I guess Drew and Pat both thought it would be a good idea, so now they're left watching Tatum coast in to then slam it on Giannis with authority. So yeah, that really didn't work out for them whatsoever. These give and goes are always a sweet action to use to generate great looks, but let's say the defender is overplaying Tatum, then he can blend that give and go into a backdoor cut and receive the ball en route to go put 2 on the board. It takes a certain level of IQ to notice when to cut and where to cut within the defense, but if used correctly, these backdoor cuts are one of the easiest and quickest ways to score on the floor. So if you watch here on this play, Tatum directs Rob Williams to bounce out to the 3-point line, but there's a reason he wants him to do that. With Rob now having the ball on the perimeter, it forces his man to be out on him, so now the paint is wide open. Now all Tatum has to do is set the defender up as if he's going to go off this Brogdon screen, stun hard, cut back door, and boom, it's another slam. Yeah, once we slow it down, you really get to see the little details that go into some of these plays, and although this one was a little more complex, you'll see other times where these backdoors can be more within the flow of the offense, as Tatum cuts directly to the rim on the baseline right as White catches in that paint, and it's just seamless ball movement for the bucket. Now I already know some of the thoughts you all are having. You're probably saying, these are too basic, these aren't hard at all, and blah 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 blah. Well hey, just stay with me real quick, because I got something for you. We're about to take it up a notch. Sure, the cuts where Tatum is a wing or hanging out in the corner is nice, but in basketball we have this thing called triangle offense. Now as you can see, the Celtics are in formation. So now Brogdon is supposed to pass to either Brown or Tatum, and whoever he doesn't pass it to, he screens for them so they can relocate to the top. Since the defense knows this, Pat Bev tries to get on the inside and above Tatum to take this away, but since JT is 1 step ahead, he spins off towards the paint all out losing Beverly to go lay this in over LeBron at the rim. Those spin-offs can result in nasty plays if the defense gets up too high, as here Prince is out of position, gets beat, and Rudy gets punched on. Yeah, go ahead and play with Jayson Tatum if you want, but he's truly no joke. The ability to be effective without the ball in your hands is a great asset any player could bring to a team, as it makes you that much more versatile. Some players need to have the ball in their hands a lot to make something happen, and then some just sit out on the perimeter if they don't have it at all. But with Tatum, he makes himself available with these cuts right past the defense to go get 2 points. This not only gives him another way to score against defenses, but it makes defenders not be able to sleep on him or ball watch heavy, because at any time he can make a move to the basket and now you're left watching him score the ball. Now, as valuable as this skill set is, it's just the first aspect of Tatum scoring inside the defense has to worry about. So if you thought this was boring and whatnot, well, we're about to take it up a whole nother level. Once the ball is in Tatum's hands and you're in his world, he can tie together a handle and all out punish your defense with the dribble drop penetration. Now look, I'm not here to say Tatum has the tightest or even the shiftiest handle, but we all would be lying if we didn't say his handle isn't strong enough to beat defenders or be madly creative on his pursuit to the rim. Year after year, he just looks like he's driving with more intent and is attacking in a more aggressive manner. From my own perspective, in past times Tatum would search for the foul more on the drives rather than just focusing, but as of late, it's been totally different. He's attacking the rim with one sole purpose, and that is to put the ball in the basket. It doesn't matter who's in front of him on his way there or who tries to contest him once getting there, Tatum is fierce when attacking and won't be stopped. As we break this down, we're going to start with his flashy combo handles to work past defenders, and then we're going to analyze the individual moves within the combos that make him unguardable. Buckle up and get ready, because best believe we're about to go on a ride. Now look, Tatum's drives get complex at times, but for him it's no issue as he has many counters for however the defense reacts. It might start off real basic as he just weaves through the defense like they're cones on his way to this low carry Euro bucket, but once he gets in his zone, well, here's where he pulls back on a dime, crosses back over going baseline, and then once the defense closes in on him to contest, instead of going up on the right side where it could get blocked, Tatum instead opts into this reverse on the other side of the rim. As you can see, things are starting to heat up at a quick rate. The timing of when to use certain moves is immaculate, so when you start to see him dish out these street ball like mixtures, this is when you know his bag has been activated and you about to get cooked. It's best that defenders stay uptight on him so he can't get real comfortable, because if you don't, well, now you're left getting shook left to right, and then once the defense thinks they have Tatum tunneled in, well, joke's on them as he feeds them this slight hezzy before bursting right through the middle, splitting them for the warm-up lay. Now stop right now, it's question time. I want you all to tell me down below, what are the 3 top moves within these combos that Tatum loves to use? Alright, 3, 2, 1. If you guessed hesitations, in and outs, and change of directions, then you would be right. When you tie all these in together, it makes for a sweet highlight play, but even when used individually, they can all move the defense so Tatum can go grab a bucket. Versatility on this play, Tatum attacks towards the middle of the floor on Tobias, but instead of pushing into a tight spot, he spins back to the left side of the floor. Harris is now on Tatum's side, and it's a kiss off the glass with no defense in sight. When you can shift directions in a split second like this, it can catch the defense off guard as they're expecting him to go one way, and once you think you have him cut off, well, now he counters it in his own route to grab some more points. That quick change gets Tatum open after he goes one way and then shifts another, but let's say JT wants to move the defense before fully attacking, well, that's where these mean in and outs come in handy. If he has a head of steam coming at you, well, you're pretty much a sitting duck, so when he hits Paul George with this mean in and out abruptly, it results in an easy straight line drive to the rim. Since he can get you out of position with the in and out so well, it makes him even more dangerous because now there's multiple things to be on the lookout for, and sometimes the last thing you're expecting is this hezzy when coming off the screen wide open, so this gets Embiid tripped up, Tatum slithers right past, and the slam is all she wrote. Just seeing the way Tatum has been improving every year makes me look at him in a different light, and as I've analyzed his inside scoring, I think he definitely is an underrated slasher in the league. How are you all feeling about Tatum right now? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before heading over to watch this Celtics analysis with the Jrue Holiday trade. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.